You remember that moment, right? The one where you're scrolling through your phone and you see a news headline? Stock XYZ up 400% this year, and your stomach drops. Because you almost bought it. You were this close. But you didn't. Because you weren't sure. Because you hesitated. Because you told yourself, I'll wait for a dip. And now you're sitting there, feeling like you missed the boat. Again. That feeling is the worst. Not because you lost money, you didn't, but because you knew. You knew it was a good opportunity, and you still didn't act. So let me tell you about another one. A stock that's about to do the same thing, except this time, you're not going to miss it. Because I'm going to give you the full picture. The numbers, the catalysts, the reason this could be the biggest AI play since Nvidia. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to have that same stomach drop feeling a year from now. So let's fix that. Let me start with the big one, the thing that changed everything. On June 2nd, 2026, at a conference in Taipei, Jensen Huang, the CEO of Nvidia, shared the stage with Marvell's CEO and said something that sent shockwaves through the market. He said Marvell would become the next trillion-dollar company. Not maybe, not could, he said will. The stock jumped 30% that day. It hit an all-time high of $330, and it's still going. But here's the thing, Jensen didn't just say it, he put his money where his mouth is. In March 2026, Nvidia invested $2 billion in Marvell. That's not a partnership, that's not a handshake. That's Nvidia structurally integrating Marvell into its entire AI ecosystem. Think about that. Nvidia, the most important company in AI, just bet $2 billion that Marvell is essential to their future. That's the biggest endorsement you can get, the biggest seal of approval, the biggest signal that this stock is going higher. But you probably don't know what Marvell does. Let me tell you, it's actually simple. Nvidia makes the GPUs, the brains, the engines. Marvell makes the highways that connect them, the networking chips, the connectivity silicon, the plumbing inside AI data centers. Without Marvell, those GPUs can't talk to each other. And without that, AI doesn't scale. The whole thing falls apart. So as AI grows, Marvell grows. And AI is growing faster than anyone expected. Here are the numbers. Fiscal 2026 revenue, $8.2 billion, up 42% year over year. Earnings per share, $3.07, up 81%. Their data center segment is now 76% of total revenue. That's up from almost nothing just a few years ago. They've completely transformed their business. And they're just getting started. Analysts are forecasting $16.5 billion in revenue by fiscal 2028. That's double where they are now. But here's what most people don't know. Marvell is about to get a massive boost that has nothing to do with earnings. It's being added to the S&P 500 on June 22nd. When that happens, index funds are forced to buy it. Billions of dollars. Passive money that has no choice but to buy shares. That's a guaranteed demand surge. And it hasn't even fully played out yet. So you have three catalysts hitting at the same time. Nvidia's endorsement, the $2 billion investment, and the S&P 500 inclusion. All in the last few months, all pointing in one direction. Now, I'm not going to tell you this is a risk-free bet. It's not. The stock is up 220% this year. It's trading around 100 times earnings. That's expensive. Some analysts are cautious. Morgan Stanley has a neutral rating with a $195 target. That's below current levels. There's also CEO transition risk. They just brought in a new CFO on June 15th. And if AI demand slows down, Marvell gets hit hard. Competition from Broadcom is real. But here's the thing. Every great opportunity has risk. The question is whether the reward is worth the risk. And here, the reward is massive. Wall Street is waking up. KeyBank just raised its price target to $385 from $260. That's 245% upside from where they originally started. B. Riley raised to $345. Stifel raised its target. The consensus is a strong buy, and those targets were set before the Nvidia endorsement, before the S&P 500 edition, before the full impact of the $2 billion investment. The real upside could be much bigger. So here's my take. If you want to get rich quick, You don't buy the stock after it's already gone up 10 times. You buy it before the market fully understands what's happening. Right now, the market is still figuring out Marvell, still catching up to what Jensen Huang already knows. And that's your window. That's your chance. Do your own research, read the reports, look at the numbers, watch the news. But don't wait too long, because when everyone knows, it's already too late. You don't have to go all in. You don't have to bet your whole portfolio. But if you're not in at all, you're going to watch this one go by and wonder what could have been. You know that feeling. You've felt it before. Don't feel it again. The thesis is simple. Marvell is the plumbing inside the AI revolution. Nvidia just bet $2 billion that they're essential. The S&P 500 is about to force billions in buying, and the stock is still well below where it could be. This isn't financial advice. This is a heads up, a wake-up call, a chance to get in before the crowd. So do your homework, talk to your broker, make your own decision. But here's the thing about homework. Most people don't do it. They hear about a stock, they get excited for a few minutes, and then they close the tab and move on. They go back to scrolling. They go back to watching. They go back to being the person who says, I should have bought that. You're not that person. Not anymore. Because you made it this far. You watched the whole video. You heard the numbers. You saw the catalysts. You know the risk. You know the reward. Now the only question is what you do with that information. So open your brokerage account. Look at the ticker. Read the reports. Make a plan. Even a small plan. Even one share. Just do something. Because action beats intention every single time. And when Marvell hits that $1 trillion valuation, when the headlines are screaming about it, when everyone's talking about it, you're going to remember this moment. The moment you decided to stop watching and start doing. That's the difference between the people who make money and the people who watch other people make money. You already know which one you are. Now go.